Good morning, students. Today we'll be taking chapter 5 in our OB course. The chapter title is Understanding Work Teams. فرق العمل. النوع الثاني العامل الثاني the composition. Abilities. The first factor of composition is the abilities of members. القدرات بتاعت أعضاء الفريق. Good listening, feedback, conflict resolution, and other interpersonal skills. كل دي من abilities of members. Also personality, الشخصية بتاعت أعضاء الفريق. Teams that are higher in levels of agreeableness, consciousness, and emotional stability tend to receive higher performance rate than others. اللي هم عندهم نوع من أنواع التفاهم والتقبل وإجراءات العمل طبقا لضمير أو الأخلاق. Also, we are in the second factor, which is the composition. According to this model, we have here allocating roles and the diversity. We have here 9 roles, of teams like advisor, maintainer, controller, producer, organizer, assessor, promoter, creator, and the linkers. These are 9 potential team roles. So عندنا أدوار كتيرة في التيم, so managers need to understand the individual strength that each person can bring to a team and select the member with their strength in mind and allocate work assignments accordingly. نعرف أفراد الفريق بتاعنا وبناء عليه نوزع tasks المهام. Also, we have the diversity of members. تنوع الأفراد. Diversity تنوع في شكل personality, gender, age, education, functional specialization, and experience. Over time, culture diverse team function effectively over a long period of time. Still in the composition factor, we will talk about the size of the team. Preferably think small. Thinking small because managers often make teams too large. So the most effective teams are neither very small, not under 4 or 5, nor very large, not more than a dozen or 12. So the optimal here is from 5 to 9. طبعا it differs, بتختلف من team لآخر ومن task لآخر, لكن preferably think small. Also, the members' preference to teamwork. You have to ask yourself, do members want to be on teams? Because not every employee is a team player. مش كل الناس بتحب تشتغل in teams. So many employees will select themselves out of team participation. They want to work individually. This is very important issue in effective teams, in creating effective teams. Third factor is the work design. So we have many variables in work design. This includes freedom and autonomy, skill variety, task identity, and task significance. The fourth one is the process, team process. We have here in the process we have the common plan and purpose. In effective teams they have common and meaningful plan, خطة واضحة مفهومة, and purpose that provide direction and commitment for members. The purpose here is like a vision, رؤية. احنا رايحين فين وايه المطلوب مننا. Effective teams also shows reflexivity, حاجة كده زي المرونة, زي willing to adjust plan if necessary. Also in the process here we have establishment of specific team goals. Successful teams translate their common purpose, الغرض الأساسي من التيم, into specific measurable goals. يحط الغرض ويحط الأهداف منها. They energize the team. Specific goals facilitate clear communication and help teams maintain their focus on results. Team goals should be challenging. ما تبقاش سهلة, يكون فيها نوع من أنواع التحدي عشان تحمس أفراد الفريق. Also we have team efficacy. Efficacy means effectiveness, يعني another term for effectiveness. Teams have confidence in themselves and believe they can succeed. This is team efficacy. Management can increase team efficacy by helping the team to achieve small successes and skill training. Continuing in the process, we have also the mental models. Effective teams have accurate and common mental models, for example, knowledge and belief about how the work gets done. Also, we have to manage the conflict. Conflict in a team is not necessarily bad, by the way. يعني we might have conflict inside the team. However, we might have relationship conflicts, those based on interpersonal incompatibilities, tensions. These are bad. However, on team performing non-routine activities, disagreements among members about task content are not harmful. It is often beneficial because it lessens the likelihood of groupthink. Finally, we have to minimize social loafing. Social loafing meaning that one person might be idle, عاطل, ما بيعملش حاجة. So that means that individual can hide inside a group. واحد كده مستخبي من الجروب وما بيعملش حاجة. And he succeeds with the group without doing anything. This is social loafing we need to minimize. Okay, now we move to how to measure the actual group effectiveness. The actual group effectiveness is measured through this equation. The potential group effectiveness plus the process gains minus the process losses equals the actual group effectiveness. How we can turn individuals into team players. Many people are not team players. They are loners. يفضلوا يشتغلوا لوحدهم or want to be recognized for their own accomplishments. There are also great many organizations that have nurtured individual accomplishments. But we need to change this. How can managers turn individuals into team players? ازاي نخليهم يندمجوا في الفريق؟ By many ways actually. First of all, by selection. And by selecting effective team players. So we have to ensure that the candidates could fulfill their team's roles. طيب ده في المنشآت اللي لسه بتبدأ جديد. How about the already established organizations? عايزين نخلي الناس اللي بيشتغلوا عندنا team players. So we want يعني one factor that might help is redesigning jobs. So we expect from employees to resist. هيقاوموا في البداية. However, they can be trained to be team players. Large proportion of people raised on the importance of team accomplishment and can be trained to become team players. Workshops help employees to improve their problem-solving communication, negotiation, conflict management, and coaching skills. Also, a very important technique for how to make team players rewards. Providing incentives to be good team players بنقدم لهم حوافز. The reward system needs to encourage cooperative effort rather than competitive ones. يعني مش بنحمسهم ضد بعض ان بتبقى في بيئة تنافسية، لا بنحمسهم ان هم ينجحوا as team. Promotions, pay raises, and other forms of recognition should be given to individuals for how effective they are as collaborative team members. Collaborative مع بعض، يشتغلوا مع بعض, not competitive individual ones. Beware, teams aren't always the answer. مش دايما التيمز هي الحل. في بعض أوقات some tasks may need individual work. Teamwork takes more time and resources than does individual work. So we have to do 3 tests to see if the team fits in this situation. لو في مهمة معينة أو ظرف معين عايزين نعرف هل نكون team أو تبقى individual work, we have to do these 3 tests. The first test is to ask yourself as a manager, can the work be done better by more than one person or by one person? So is it better with the insight of more than one person? The second question is, does the work create a common purpose or set of goals for the people in the group that is more than the aggregate of individual goals? The third question is, are members of the group involved in interdependent tasks معتمدين على بعض ولا لا? By answering these 3 questions, you can decide whether to do the task in a teamwork or individual work. Now move to the global implications. We will first explain the extent of teamworks. How widely are teams to be founded in different countries? For example, the extent of teamwork varies between countries. This has to be taken into consideration. The self-managed teams, different team structure and power relationships may work in different countries. So, for example, countries in the Arab world are high in power distance. So companies may require this level of structuring of leadership roles. Also, we will talk about team cultural diversity and team performance. Diversity, التنوع created by national differences may impact on team performance. Evidences indicate that these elements of diversity interfere with the team process, at least in the short term. However, these difficulties seem to disappear with time. Here is a summary and managerial implication. We concluded that effective teams have common characteristics like we need adequate resources, effective leadership, a climate of trust within or amongst employees and for leaders as well, appropriate reward and evaluation systems. Teams must be composed of members with the correct skills and roles, and teams preferably to be small in number. Finally, effective teams have common characteristics like, for example, they work that provide freedom, autonomy, and the chance to contribute. Tasks are whole and significant. Members believe in the team's capabilities. Also, managers should modify the environment and select team-oriented individuals to increase the chance of developing effective teams. And here we come to the end of our chapter 5. I hope you enjoyed this explanation and looking forward to meeting you in the next chapter. Thank you very much.